Our country's involvement in the Vietnam conflict began in the mid-1950s, but really took off in the mid-1960s with the deployment of combat forces. So depending on the timeline you use, there were more than 9 million military members on active duty between 1965 and 1975, nearly 3 million of which served in-country within the borders of South Vietnam. And while the Department of Veterans Affairs says there are more than 6 million Vietnam veterans still alive, we're losing 500 a day. It's been 50 years since that war ended, but those memories are still fresh with those still with us. And what still stands out for a lot of them, how they were never really welcomed or honored when they returned. Recently, a group of Treasure Valley veterans were on the receiving end of an attempt to right that wrong as they were honored with an honor flight to see the monument dedicated to them. For some, for the very first time. Catching a 6 a.m. flight is never easy.
I'm going to read off names.
But making sure the 40 plus in your traveling party make the flight
Ollie Wegman,
makes the early hour
Craig Johnson, right here.
the least of your concerns.
This is exciting for us, and to be able to go with these, in a jokingly manner, these old people.
In charge of coordinating this excursion is Vince Muller.
I wanted to have all our guys go as a group. We've never done that before.
His guys are 23 former military members, all but one veterans of the Vietnam War.
58 years is a long time.
And they likely remember the last time they traveled with other vets, coming home from their service overseas.
Going into Oakland Army Terminal, there was a lot of things being thrown at our bus. And
When I came home, you know, we were spit on, told that we were baby killers, and we were pretty much rejected.
you come through the airports and not so friendly. There was a lot of name calling and a lot of stuff. And
you just don't forget something like that.
This trip, they hope, will be just as memorable, but for different reasons.
It's an honor.
The Honor Flight program takes veterans, paired with a partner, to our nation's capital to see the monuments dedicated to what they did. And it was very much like a typical sightseeing tour until they walked up to the Vietnam Memorial Wall.
Tough. It was tough.
For the first time.
Nervous?
The 70 separate panels, the 200-foot sections, the more than 58,000 names make it the most visited memorial on the Capitol Mall.
Brought back some tough memories.
Mostly because of the personal, emotional experience it evokes.
A lot of sadness, a lot of hands on the wall.
A lot of which will remain personal.
And seeing guys breaking down on their knees, you know, crying and all that stuff. So,
Richard Watts was one of those who felt the weight of the moment.
Because I was there, I had friends on the wall, just had to be there.
And of course, they wouldn't leave without leaving something behind.
it's the Idaho City VFW. It's like a plaque. And all, I guess a bunch of veterans at the Idaho VFW signed it on the back. Somewhere on that panel there, he knew some guys that he was with that were killed in action.
The visit lasted just 30 minutes, but reinforced what most already believed.
I'm proud of what I did. I'd go back if I had to do it.
You would? That says a lot.
Yeah. If there was anything I could change, finish the job. That's all. Don't go in and have 58,583 guys get killed for nothing. I think the wall is an apex of heroes. That's it. It's that simple.
Meanwhile,
and they're getting really close.
Back home in Boise, a hero's welcome awaits.
Because they never got a welcome home.
The one they never got.
So hugs, tears, gratitude, it'll be all of that.
5 decades before.
Oh, here they come!
It put a lump in my throat.
Welcome home!
Better late than never.
It's not something we ever received before.
Welcome home!
So it was nice that there is people out there today that respect the veterans and respect our country.
Welcome home!
So good to see you.
It was a good trip, very good trip. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
once bound by battle and now by honor.
It was awesome. It was really awesome. We had such a great time.
I loved every second of hanging out with you.
That's the biggest thank you I've ever received.
In 20 years, the Honor Flight program has flown more than 300,000 veterans to D.C. to tour those memorials. This flight was so unique, one of the founders of the program, the Honor Flight program, Earl Morse, felt the need to be part of it. You saw him there in that video. The nonprofit pays for the veterans to go on the trip, but not the veterans' guardians or the travel partners that go with them. In order to cover those costs, Vince tells us he and his Vietnam group, which meets weekly at the Boise VA hospital, they were able to raise nearly $14,000 in 2 years.